Today we're going to talk about what a lot of people refer to as a girlfriend experience. And what that is whenever you deal with um, red light activity, you might say, a lot of the ladies that partake in that profession try to keep their emotions under control. They don't want their customers kissing them. They don't want a lot of affection or emotions, and it shows obviously to their customers. It's like it's a very cold transactional experience, and one of the things about Thailand, and probably why Thailand has become so popular over the years, is it's the complete opposite. The girls that are in Thailand really try to have an emotional connection. That makes the whole experience much more enjoyable. Men go over there. The first time they see a bar girl or freelancers, hey, sexy, and they'll touch their arm. If you sit with a girl long enough in a bar, she'll sit closer and closer to you, touching your arm, touching your back, eventually kissing you. And they want to get that girlfriend experience because, in truth, it's worth a lot more. It's it is, um, that I'm sure, and the fact that Thai women are very attractive. They're petite. They're very sweet. Even the bar girls and the freelancers, they have a very sweet nature to them. So that's, I'm sure, helped. But you have to think about why would men, when red light activities are available just about in every city, even though it's not legal in every city. It's available in every city, and there are red light districts which are legal just about anywhere in the world, a lot closer than Thailand. Why do people come from America and Australia and Canada and all these places to Thailand for that experience? And it has a lot to do with just the the way that the girls are, the sweet nature that they have, and the fact that it's more, it's emotional. There's feeling in it as opposed to just um, the the basic red light activity itself. I think that's one of the big things. I think that's why older men are attracted more to Thailand, because a young guy, if all it takes for him to be excited in that way is for a girl to say yes. But for an older man, it's he wants to feel something. He doesn't want to just go through the motions. So that's one of the things. The other thing is, just with the girlfriend experience, um, it does cost more, and that's one of the things that a lot of people have to understand is that when you go, the more you get out of something, the more you're going to pay for it, and for really the cost of things in Thailand, it's not that bad at all. That experience back in the West would be a lot more expensive than it is in Thailand. Um, but I think too is that those feelings that people have and get towards the bar girls and the freelancers also make it to that's also goes into the reason why so many men end up losing so much money, because it's there it really kind of almost confuses your senses, because it's a fantasy. You are having relations with a woman that's way out of your league, that's sweet as can be, that acts like she truly cares about you. And it's easy to develop feelings in that situation, especially when you've come out of a divorce and an unloving relationship, and all of a sudden you have this lady in front of you that's absolutely gorgeous. She's 20 years younger than you, and she acts like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's very easy to start to have feelings and think, oh, it's different. She really likes me. It's like what she likes is your wallet. The other thing is um, with the different experiences, you have to also think about um, what you're doing. I see a lot of guys that go into bars and they just goes so far over their budget that they've planned, because they get this feeling of being a high school boy again and being, falling in love and all these things, that that there's a problem when a heterosexual man bar finds a girl and he seriously asks her to go dancing at a club as opposed to go back to his hotel room. Now, while the girlfriend experience makes the whole experience more enjoyable, you can't let it get too far. I know some of the young guys, it's like they just, they bar find a girl and they take her to, to breakfast, to lunch, to dinner, to clubbing. Then let's go to the island, let's go to Phuket. And it's easy to get in over your head because, of course, she's a young girl, she's going to enjoy those things as well. But for her, it's work. And for you, you're thinking of building a relationship, and you're not. It's when the money runs out and when the activities stop, so does the relationship that you have with her. Um, Always, there's so many YouTube videos on YouTube about the bar situations and going out with these ladies. I don't, a lot of them portray the bar girls and the freelancers as almost like evil. And I know that there are some, in every group of people, there are some that are very uncaring about their behavior, and it doesn't matter how much they hurt someone. If they get what they want, then they're happy. But for a lot of the girls, they're very nice. They're trying to make a living in a bad situation, and it's just the way it is. So, treat it as such. Just remember that it's not real. It's the girlfriend experience. That's one of the reasons why so many people talk about it, is because if you see a woman repeatedly for more than 3 days, you tend to start getting what you think are serious feelings for her, even though it's a fantasy, even though it relies on you paying to create that fantasy. Some men will fool themselves into thinking that it's real, it's love, and it's not. So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind. The other thing is, when it comes to, even in Thailand, you need to pay attention to who you pick for your, for lack of a better word, date. Um, so many men are so focused on looks that they'll go and walk right by 5 or 10 girls trying to get their attention and calling them sexy man and everything else. And they'll go to the girl who's the prettiest person in the bar, but completely oblivious to them and very uncaring. And I always joke, it's like you pick out the bar girl just like you picked out your first ex-wife, and then when you find another one that's uncaring and cold and kind of bitter, oh, I found my next ex-wife. But it's it, one of the things, if she's not excited, energetic, positive in some way, smiling at you, something to show that she's involved a little bit, it's not going to be any better when you two are alone. When you're looking to pick out a young lady, I would rather personally have a girl who is an 8, who is, calling me sexy man and doing everything she can to get my attention, than I would have a 10 who's rolling her eyes and acting like she'd be somewhere, wants to be somewhere else. Buy her a drink. Start asking questions that pertain to what you're there for. Let her know what you're interested in. I've learned so much in going to Thailand, and I didn't realize that so many girls in bars don't go with men. I just assumed that every bar girl, you could bar find her and work out the arrangements and take her back to your room. But that's not the way it is. A lot of girls just stay in the bar for drinks and they don't go with customers. So make sure you talk to the girl that you're sitting with. Make sure she understands what you want and you understand what she does and feels comfortable with and how much she charges.